guys, welcome back to the channel. So I installed these dual gauges into my CTS, and this what I'm about to explain now will be applicable for any car you may use. These are the Aeroforce gauge, and there's also the Aeroforce Pod 2 as well. But the Aeroforce gauges, at least this set that I got, runs off of your OBD 2 port, so no need to install anything additional. It's just plug and play basically. And so I wanted to walk you through how to use it. So when you first turn it on, it's going to be just a blank screen. You may think it's not hooked up, but it takes a moment, and I'll give you an example. So watch, you see those red lights flash? You'll get those down there. Turn this heat off, and then after a bit, you'll get the startup screen just like that. And then you won't get this screen right here. This is after you got everything set up. So I'm gonna take you back to the basics, all right? You see both of these buttons right here? I'm gonna push and hold them, which will take me back to the menu. So that's really the setup screen you will get there. And if you can tell, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to move it down to setup. Oops, let me bring it back here. There we go. And so you see the setup right there. I'm gonna go in there. And this is what you'll initially see when you first start it up right here. So you see along the left-hand side, you see those little asterisks? Those are saying, so what you see over here is, I'll show you over here first. This may help better. So this one button will controls the top view that you have, and this button right here will control the bottom view, and this view right here. So this right here allows you to scroll through different settings. You see coolant, oil temp, and a host of others, right? And the bottom one is same. It's going to be the same menu that's along the top where you can scroll through to pick what you want. Now, within here is probably about 100 different options you have. So, but you don't want to have to scroll through 100 of all 100 of those to actually view what you want to view, right? You probably only maybe about 5 of them you really care to look at. So right here, these asterisks will allow for you to pick which ones you want in that scrolling view, all right? And so this right here one takes you down to look at the ones that you want. And then when you get to the bottom, it's going to move to the next page, watch. All right, now you're on the next page of all the ones. Now you see I have throttle highlighted, but there's no asterisks. If I want that in my view, I will push that button. You see how now the throttle has an asterisk? And the same thing too, you can push it and it can remove a option. So you can just go through and just pick all the ones you want in there. And then when you get to the bottom, we'll go on through. I'll add that air fuel ratio to there. Oil temp calc, I'll add that. And when we get to the bottom exit, hit the other button, it'll reset. Just give it a moment, it'll fire back up to the log on screen there. It says that, but it's just setting up, and there you go. Now you're able to scroll through. Remember, this one is for the top, this button is for the bottom. So now you can scroll through and select what do you want up there. So for the top, when I get in, I initially always want to see battery. For the bottom, I always want to see my trans temp. And so it'll show you those. So that's how you go ahead and set it up. So every time you go in and set it up, you'll always see this view, but you're always able to change it. And anytime you want to view on that startup, which ones you selected as far as your criteria. And if you ever want to go back to that screen again, To change and select, you just hold these two buttons down and it'll take you back to that view. Sometimes you have to hold it for a moment and then it'll go back up in there. So that's how you do the setup of your Aeroforce gauges. If you like, hit the like button and definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I have a bunch of other YouTube videos out there. Thanks for joining, guys.